So let's rank my favorite songs by country gal Martina McBride. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to you as the Big D, with another ranking. Today I'm going to rank my favorite songs by Martina McBride. Now, when I got back into country music, this was one of the first few ladies I got to hear, alongside others that were big at the time, like, well, Mary Chapin Carpenter and Pam Tillis, Patty Loveless, and of course Queen Reba, and gals who just came out almost about the time, like Faith Hill and Laurie White and all them others. But anyway, I've ranked 12 songs of hers. And this was kind of tough though, but I've decided to go with. Now, this gal started out in 1992 with her debut on The Time Has Come. The title track was a top 30 hit, but the other two songs weren't that big. But when she released her sophomore album, The Way That I Am, it put her on the map. She's had several hits or misses. Kind of more hits than misses, though. But anyway, before I go into this ranking, let me give some honorable mentions and what have you. Okay? That for my honorable mentions, they will be Heart Trouble. Let's see. Cry on the Shoulder of the Road. Valentine with Jim Brickman. Let's see. When God-Fearing Women Get the Blues. And this one's for the girls. Oh yeah, one more. And I'm gonna love you through it. So now, if you are ready, let's get into this ranking. And here we go. Number 12 is Blessed. Released as the second single from her Greatest Hits album in 2001, this song, I've only heard this maybe a time or two, but I do hope to hear this again. Well, in the song, the narrator talks about how she is blessed in many ways. I have to agree. Like I said, I've only heard this a few times, but I need to re-listen to that song one day. But I figured that would be best to start with this. Let me see. I'm trying to check my source here. The song would go on to become Martina's fourth number one single, and actually her last, as a matter of fact. No, not fourth. Wait a minute. Scratch that. I miscounted. Her fifth number one. Whoops, my mistake. Yeah, it would be her fifth number one, not fourth. Sorry. But even so, I think Blessed, is a pretty good song. Number 11 is Concrete Angel, also from the Greatest Hits album. Now, this was released as the final single. As, of course, When God-Fearing Women Get the Blues, and another song, Where Would You Be, were released. All four of those new songs were released. Incredible, huh? Anyway, this song would become a gold single for Martina, and then, well, I have heard it a few times, including more recently, and what have you. Now, actually, a couple of years ago, Rolling Stone ranked this number one on its list of the 40 saddest country songs of all time. I have to agree. It's it's a power ballad centering on a main theme of child abuse, telling the story about a 7-year-old who endures abuse at the hands of her mother. The abuse is silently questioned by the girl's teachers and neighbors, but goes unreported. By the song's end, the girl is killed by her mother after another act of abuse and goes on to an afterlife where she is loved more than she was on earth. Yeah, I think I do remember this being a sad song, but I've only heard it a few times, but not a whole lot. But I will say it's a very sad song. I think but it's a good song though, but sad. Let me put it this way: it's a good sad song. But I agree. though, with being a sad song. Sorry for sounding like a broken record, though. You get the idea. Number 10 is Whatever You Say. Released as the final single from Martina's fourth album, 1997's Evolution. This song would become another top 5 hit. I should say Concrete Angel was a top 5 hit, reaching number 5. This would be a top 5 hit, actually reaching number 2, losing to George Strait's Write This Down. Now, the song discusses how a woman finds herself in a confusing relationship with a man, while the female character argues about how her lover believes that she is always making a big deal out of nothing important. And, well, she believes that whatever her lover says depends on whether or not she stays in the relationship. Neil Thrasher and Sarah Evans, who, of course, was label mates with Martina on RCA at the time, did the background vocals. Yeah, I will say that this is a very good song, and I just think it's another great classic. Number 9 is Happy Girl, also from Evolution. This would also be another almost number 1 hit, as a matter of fact. Now, this was released as the 4th single, and apparently, the song did pretty well, though. Anyway, it's discusses in ways what the female narrator asserts her happiness with life. The music includes an accordion and a penny whistle. I have to say, I agree. This is a very good song. I do get to hear this song still to this day when I'm deciding to listen to classic country music, and this is among one of the Martina songs I do get to hear. I think Happy Girl is just so cheerful and amazing. I do love it. Number 8 is Wrong Again. Yep, another Evolution tune, and this was the next to last single from the album. Now, this song would actually go on to become Martina's 3rd song to top the Billboard chart. Can't remember too much about it, but I do know it's a kind of a mellowed out song, and, well, I hadn't heard this song in ages until, well, a new classic country station started playing it, and I almost thought that sounded like her, and that's when I found out it was this song right here. And like I say, it is a very good song. Just not much to say, but I do know it's a good song. Number 7 is Wild Angels, released as the 2nd single from the album of that same name in 1995. The song would become Martina's first chart-topping single. Written by Matraca Berg, Gary Harrison, and Harry Stinson. Of course, Berg was a former RCA Records Requires at the time. Well, a few years back. Anyway. And of course, the song's about a female who looks at her relationship and concludes that there must be wild angels watching over her and her lover to keep them together. Now, actually, if you can, the radio doesn't even play this bit before the song's rocking guitar starts out. We can hear a little laugh from Martina's daughter Delaney, who of course was a baby at the time. Well, Martina had a difficult time recording her, but nevertheless, she praised the production of Paul Worley and Ed C., and notably Lonnie Wilson's drum fills and John Chimmay's bass guitar. I will say that this song is still a good song. Wish it was higher, but hey, there are many other Martina songs I love, but Wild Angels is definitely a good tune. Number 6 is Life Number 9. Released as the 2nd single from Martina's sophomore album, The Way That I Am, in 1993, this song eventually became our second big top 10, reaching number 6, as a matter of fact. Now, I heard this song numerous times, along with the first single from the album, My Baby Loves Me, which that's still to come on this ranking. But, and then after that, I never did hear this song again until that new classic country stage, excuse me, played it, and I was back to hearing the Martina that I actually loved listening to. Anyway, according to Martina, she considered the song not the kind of song, melody, attitude of whatever that she was really comfortable singing. Producer Paul Worley thought that it was not one of his favorites due to it sounding like a disco song. Well, I can't really complain about that. The song was written by Costas, who was best known for doing lots of other great country songs, and Tony Perez. Now, of course, the song was actually released in early '94, but it was put out in '93 though, so bear with me, okay? But Life Number 9, I think, is a great song. I really thought this was a great tune. Top 5. Number 5 is Independence Day, also from The Way That I Am. This was released as the third single from the album. And this song, while the song may not have reached the top 10, reaching number 12, but however, it went on to become Martina's signature song. Written by Gretchen Peters, who would later go on to write The Secret of Life, which would later become a hit for Faith Hill years later, even though she did do the song by herself for her album of The Secret of Life. And the song was originally first offered to Queen Reba, but turned it down, unfortunately. Still, I have to agree, this song is just amazing. Anyway, the song's about a daughter who recalls a tragic incident she experienced as a child, and her mother was involved in a domestic abuse incident with her alcoholic father. On Independence Day, the daughter walks to the town fair and hears rumors going on about the father's abuse. And that day, the mother burns down their house, presumably with the husband and herself inside, and the daughter is sent to a county home. Well, according to Martina, the mother doesn't die in the fires, as she has now gained her independence from an abusive relationship. And the lyrics have a double meaning in that the woman in the story is finally gaining her freedom from her abusive husband. Thus, it is her Independence Day. The title also refers to the fact that the events noted in the song happen on the actual day itself, Independence Day, or July 4th. Nevertheless, I find this to be a very good song. I do get to hear this song a few times to this day. Number 4 is Safe in the Arms of Love, released as the first single from Wild Angels in 1995. Despite after the last single from The Way That I Am tanked big time, Martina managed to redeem herself with this song, written by Marianne Kennedy, Pam Rose, and Pat Bunch, which was done back in 1986 and originally recorded by the band known as Wild Choir. Don't know about that act though. Let me see. Yeah, well, two of the writers, Candy and Rose, who were performing as Candy Rose, recorded the song in '94. Now, in the song, the female narrator states that she is tired of being on her own and that she wants a lover. I have to agree. This is a great song. Let's see. There was also versions done by Bailey and the Boys. And of course, even before Martina's version came out, it was also recorded by Canadian country singer Michelle Wright. Anyway, but I'm mostly familiar with Martina's version more. I absolutely do love this song. I also love the music video for it, which is really cool. I like seeing old time circus performers or something like that. But even so, I think it's just so good. I really do love this song. The song went on to put Martina back in the top 10, actually reaching number 4, as a matter of fact. Number 3 is A Broken Wing. Released as the second single from Evolution, despite after missing the top 10 with her duet with label mate Clint Black, Still Holding On, Martina was back on the scene again, big time. Now, this song is easily a classic. Ran by James House, who also had a music career, and he also wrote several other songs, most notably Dwight Yoakam's Ain't That Lonely Yet. Co-wrote this with Sam Hogan and Phil Barnhart. Now, I really will say that this is just so good. In the song, the narrator recounts a young woman escaping from an emotionally abusive relationship. Regarding the second verse, wherein the husband finds a note by the window and the currents blowing in the breeze, the authors of the book My Country Roots wrote the song's conclusion could be interpreted to indicate the woman either escaped or committed suicide. Nevertheless, this song was another great masterpiece of Martinez. I really do love this song. I hear it a few times to this day. The song would go on to be Martinez's second number 1 single. Number 2 is My Baby Loves Me. Released as the first single from The Way That I Am in 1993. I gotta say, this is a really good song, as it was written by Gretchen Peters. Well, of course, I mentioned who had written Independence Day. The song was originally first recorded by Canadian singer Patricia Conroy in 1992. It wasn't until the summer of 93 when Martinez's version came out. And I will say, this is a song where it proves that Martina was a hot country gal with lots of spunk. And I have to say, it was awesome. And I knew she was a good one. I always loved how this song goes, and it's just so good. The song unfortunately missed the top of the spot, losing to Garth Brooks' American Honky Tonk Bar Association. But nevertheless, the song would eventually put Martina on the map big time, even though the title track of her first album, The Time Has Come, was actually her, first big top 30 hit, but this was her first top 10 hit, though. But nevertheless, My Baby Loves Me, definitely a great song. Number 1 is I Love You. Released as the first single from her 5th album, Emotion, in 1999, and also from the soundtrack to Runaway Bride with Julia Roberts and Richard Gere. Actually, this was the second single to come from it after the, formerly named Dixie Chicks, now known as the Chicks, Ready to Run came out. This song got a lot of promotion. Anyway, this song is easily probably one of the greats. I've heard this song many times, and I kind of missed out on a good friend's performance of it at it was after I graduated from high school. A friend of mine performed this at our a pageant to crown our Miss high school. Yeah. Well, I think you get the message, I think. Nevertheless, I think this song was so incredible. I especially like the drum intro, and wow, the lyrics are really good. I can't hardly pronounce the names of the two of the songwriters, so I apologize. But anyway, the song would go on to become Martina's most successful hit of them all, becoming a monster hit. It eventually spent a whole month on top, actually 5 weeks as a matter of fact, until it was knocked up by, her label mate Clint Black and his wife Lisa Harmon Black's duet, When I Said I Do. Nevertheless, I feel like I Love You is so awesome. I do catch this a few times, but I gotta hear this a whole lot more because I love this song. It's just probably one of Martina's greats. Whew. It's just a great song. Okay, and that's gonna do it. What do you think of this ranking? Do you have a favorite Martina McBride song? If you do, tell me what it is, or maybe you can give me a little list of what your favorite songs are from hers. I forgot to mention, as always with my list, I always do by singles only, not album cuts. But anyway, so tell me what your favorite Martina McBride song is, or if you got a list, give me yours. Whether it's a small list or I don't know, what have you. It's your choice. You be the judge. Anyway, tell me in the comment section below. If you like the video, click the like button below, subscribe to my channel as well, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Join me next time when I bring to you a ranking of another country gal, Faith Hill. So, thank you for watching, and if you like this, you may want to check out some of these recent videos I have done. In the upper left-hand corner is my ranking of all three films in the To All the Boys I've Loved Before trilogy. Or go to the upper right-hand corner for my ranking of the Carpenters songs. Or if you want just something else, well, you can go to the bottom left-hand corner and see my review of The Fault in Our Stars. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying see ya.